Good morning. Good evening. Good afternoon. Today, we're going to be talking about my dude, Jesus. And here's the thing. What else are we going to talk about? So specifically, we want to be talking about what he has to do around authority. So what even is authority? Someone who has authority is someone who has power to command or control. So we have to remember, while Jesus was on earth, he was fully God and fully human. So, what does this mean for Jesus to display a kind of authority? Well, we've got to look in the Bible, and we've got to specifically look in Luke 8. So today's story takes us to the Sea of Galilee. And fun fact, I've actually been to the Sea of Galilee. It's a very beautiful lake. A lot of fishing happens there. A lot of fishing. We actually, quick story, not to sidetrack much at all, but I was actually able to drone on this mountain, like this. It's called a mount. And I was up there and I was droning, and apparently you weren't supposed to drone because it's like a national park, and so we were like I was almost arrested. I actually wasn't, but a person stopped me that worked there, and there was like no drone. And our tour guide helped us out and interpreted some things for us and was able to protect me, and so we got out of there pretty quick. So I was able to drone the Sea of Galilee. Here's that shot. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool moment. But while I was droning, just so you know, the wind, I thought I was going to lose my drone anyways because the wind on this mountain was so crazy. And that's really what takes us into this story, is because in the story of Jesus in Luke 8, they're experiencing some crazy weather as well. And the Sea of Galilee is a crazy place because the way that the wind bounces off and takes up into the mountains is pretty crazy. So a lot of storms can really be brewing down in this spot. And so the disciples and Jesus are on a fishing boat. They're on the Sea of Galilee on a fishing boat. And Jesus decides to take a nap. And the storm rolls in, and the disciples begin to panic. They begin to actually freak out. And so we actually pick up directly in the Bible. It says this. It says this: the disciples went and woke him being Jesus, saying, "Master, Master, we're going to drown." And what happens next is crazy. All right. So it says, he got up and he rebuked the wind and the raging waters. The storm subsided and all was calm. "Where is your faith?" he asked his disciples. In fear and amazement, they asked one another, "Who is this? He commands even the winds and the water, and they obey him." Now, I don't know about you, but after this point, I don't think the disciples are asking what's for breakfast. I don't think that's what's happening in the story. These disciples' minds have to be blown. They have to be blown. It has to be crazy because a realization has happened with them. Because they realize, according to Jesus' words, they realize what he's saying, that Jesus has authority not only in heaven, but here on earth as well. Once scared in their boat, amazed, like they're about to sink, then they realize they're alive and well. And if I'm Jesus in this moment, I'm thinking to the disciples, where is even your faith at? Where's your faith at? I mean, because the disciples, again, they're witnessing all of these miracles through Jesus. They're going around. They're miracles are happening. Stories are taking place. A lot of teachings happening. They're following Jesus everywhere. And they begin to panic in a simple storm situation. They think they're going to drown. And so I think in Jesus in this moment is simply thinking, where is your faith at? And I think for us, I think for you and for me, I think that same question can really be applied to where we're at. I think when we read this story and we get the details, we can kind of ask ourselves, where is our faith even at? You see, it's easy for us to look at the disciples in the story and say, oh my gosh, you're oblivious. Like, oh my gosh, like how could you not see? Jesus is with you. You're fine. You're going to be fine. But I think Jesus directly in this story is asking, where is your faith? Do you trust him? Do you trust him that he has authority in heaven and on earth? Do you trust him that he loves you so much that he ended up going to the cross for you? You see, we have to ask and consider and reflect, where is our faith? Where is our faith at school when somebody starts making fun of a friend and we choose to ignore it and not be Christian-like and not show Christ in those moments? Where is it at home when we decide to deliberately disobey our parents because why not? You see, where is it when all of a sudden we experience some kind of loss and some kind of pain, and immediately we ask the question, God, where are you at? You see, for us, we have to be able to trust who Jesus is, and we have to show who Jesus is. You see, this story, it's going to remind us that storms are going to come. There are going to be in our life so many times where we face some problems. But we also need to focus on the fact that Jesus is never going to let you down. Jesus is all powerful, and he has all the authority, and he has all the love. You see, through the politics during the season, through the global pandemic that's always happening, through anything that goes on in our lives that's troubling, he's always there with us. You see, he is the God of healing, of miracles, of restoring, mending our broken hearts. And he's the God in the midst of the craziness that is our joy, our peace, and love. You see, Jesus has authority. He has authority. And we need to recognize and trust that authority in our lives. So where's your faith now? Don't forget, guys, be Jesus this week. See you guys soon.